is going to be how to use an air compressor. This is the one that I got, Husky brand. You can get whatever brand. All these brands are all pretty much the same. They just paint out the names. Just whatever you want. And if it keeps rattling, it's because of this handle. You didn't tighten it right. You have to tighten these guys pretty well. Lift up the handle and then start tightening. This is the air filter, the oil cap. You have to follow the oil about to this level, mid-level, as it recommends. You see where you got some oil in there, some pressure. Let's go ahead and release that pressure. This is the safety valve, or you can do it from the bottom too. As you can tell, that is condensation, which is you're supposed to dispose of properly, which I will. Let's see. See, right now I did it. The temperature right now is really cold outside right now. Hold on. So that's why this is why this produced. You can research that all online. Why condensation produces inside of an air compressor. It's an actual ice cube. Fun. So all the air is released. Okay, so you just got everything all put together. So this thing's on tight. Your pressure valve is out all the way. You're releasing pressure. Right now it's at 0. Got everything all plugged in. Plug that in. Plugged in. You can either buy this from Harbor Freight. This thing is hit and miss. I do recommend it and I don't, but it's so easy to use. The problem I have with this one is the handle is not too good. Might have to return that. You can either use this too. This works too. And Teflon tape. Make sure you put the Teflon tape. I got this at Harbor Freight Tools. Very simple, very cheap. Remember, always remember these words of advice. You met a girl at a bar. There's lefty loosey and righty tighty. Depending on which way you go is the one you choose. There's a whole nother joke about that. Remember, you always want to put the Teflon tape going towards the right. If you put it on left-wise, it's not going to work. And don't put on too much Teflon tape, just one little roll. Now let's go ahead and turn it on. And when you're turning it on, make sure you let it warm up for about a minute or two, whatever you want to prefer. Make sure this is right now. This is the open. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Make sure it's plugged in. Assuming everything. off on its own. And this is the pressure regulator valve. Oh, now it wants to focus. That's good. Turn it in righty-tighty. Say we want 50 psi. Okay, I got 50 psi. If you want all the way, let's go a little bit more. And if you want to release this pressure without having to press this little guy, like a damn gunshot, you can always maybe on 40 psi. Simple enough. Until everything is plugged in properly. This is an example of bad Teflon tape job. Did this on purpose. You don't do this, otherwise it won't go in all the way. It just stops. Yeah, it's because there's too much Teflon. Let's go ahead and start that over. Do the correct amount. Everything's all clean. Always remember, I'm tightening it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Just take some practice. No. Okay, I messed up a little bit, that's okay. It's okay. Now it's sealed. Let's go ahead and do that again. That's actually better. Go ahead and try that again. Just a little bit over. You go like this with your fingers. Always which way you're going to turn it in. Righty-tighty. If you like these threads, they look very nice. It's okay if you mess up just a little bit. It's okay. Don't get any over along the edges, otherwise it won't seal properly. That is how to put Teflon tape. Always use Teflon tape. Never use anything else. No goops, no nothing to seal the leak. Never ever. Okay, this is a green hybrid tube. I preferred it. This is 50 feet. It's a little bit much. It would be nice if I would have bought a reel, but fortunately I didn't. Go ahead and release this. It's pressurized, so be careful. Make sure you get Teflon tape on this. And if this thing is leaking, that means it's a piece of crap and you need to go buy somewhere else. Just go buy the singles. You don't need to go buy the value pack. As you see at Harbor Freight Tools, you don't need to buy the whole pack. You really don't. Just buy the little set. Maybe these actually you need one of these couplers, about 3 of these little male ends. That's it. Let's go ahead and put this little guy in. There you go, it's in. A little hard with one hand. So you press the middle. It's doing its job. And the one thing you have to be careful too when buying at certain places, you see how this thing is wobbly inside? It'll be really hard to put that inside of your tires. I don't know why they do this. It's freaking ridiculous. I mean, it's cheaply made. But this one isn't too bad. I had to buy a couple of these little guys. This is a pressure release valve too. You need to use that every time. Okay, now the last thing. I think this is very important to show what application it's good for. You know what Husky's air filter looks like. You can go buy a new one if you guys don't look for the carbon filter. Something better. It's just a paper filter. Nothing special. Everything's sealed. Let's go ahead and release all the air and everything. That is cool. This stuff is actually very, very dangerous. You're supposed to dispose of it properly, as I will later on. So this is why you do not use a air compressor during the cold months after it just rained. It just rained, so you're not supposed to do this. It's recommend not to. Let all the air get out. Go ahead and leave this pressure valve open throughout the night to let everything evaporate out. When you restart the motor again, go ahead and just let all the air come out. And this thing will shut off automatically. Go ahead and tip it. Whatever we gotta do to get that condensation out. There's different methods. You can research that online. This has been how to use the air compressor.